Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here with my Sunday shenanigans. A Life After Lockup had its season finale. So season 5, episode 50/10, whichever way you're numbering it. It was the season finale, and if I was going to come up with an adjective that covered this particular episode, and this is from a chick that has watched this franchise from the very first season, the very first episode, and is watching it all over again, binging it on Peacock. If I was going to say one thing about this particular season finale, it was anticlimactic. Anticlimactic AF. If I was going to give it a grade, I would give it a D for disappointing. So let's get right into this. First, Zaria and Troy, the most dramatic, climatic couple of this whole season. And last season and the season before that, well, we pick up where we left off. Troy is throwing a fit in the park. Is my kid in your car? Is my kid in your car? Is my kid in your car, Yana? And Yana's like, you need to control your husband. Okay, he's acting like a big child. So Troy, Zaria goes to Troy, we came here so you can have a conversation with your baby mama. So be a man, go over there and have a conversation with your baby mama. Yana's all like, I'm just going to stand here and listen. You talk. And Yana is not having it. Okay. Troy's all, I made one fucking mistake. You're going to hold one fucking mistake over my head. And Yana's like, yes, when it comes to the safety of my child, yes, I am not going to have my child around people I don't know, circumstances, places, things that I don't know. So you want to see your kid? Your ass is coming up to Buffalo. So I can control it. I could see what's going on until I trusted enough to let her visit you in Syracuse. Because yes, your wife is a stranger. And I just don't trust the situation. Troy's throwing a fit. Troy's like, all I want to do is be involved in my daughter's life. And I have to go all the way up to Buffalo to do it. And he's like, this is ridiculous. Why did she drive all the way here just to tell me that? Like, what's going on? By the way, if I didn't mention this already, his daughter wasn't in the car. All that is my daughter in the car? Is my daughter in the car? No, she wasn't in the car. Okay. So, like I said, their ending was very anticlimactic. It was like, okay, um, I'm gonna have to work on co-parenting with Yana. If I want to see my daughter, I'm gonna have to go up to Buffalo. So it kind of, whatever it is, what it is. Meanwhile, Zaria's all like, we're in this for the long run. They do their little handshake, high five, finger thing together. Zaria has his name tattooed on her, so you know that she's in it for the long haul. And as long as Troy doesn't think about another woman, look towards another woman, breathe towards another woman, I mean, it's like, girl, please. The more you push that, it's like you want to drive him to another woman. Okay, like I've been saying all season long, deflection. It's deflection and guilt. So they ended their season in the most anticlimactic way possible. Zaria's gonna get her real wedding. Troy did this little, romantic anniversary dinner for her out on the pier and stuff. Writes her a romantic card. She's like, oh my God, I love you, Troy. I love you. Even though the day of their actual anniversary was a fucking shit show, but it looks like he made up for it. And Yana is letting him visit baby Troy in Buffalo. So, like I said, to me, Oh no, I'm sorry. Yana is now allowing baby Troy to visit her dad in Syracuse. So it looks like co-parenting is working, everything is starting to fall together the way that Troy, wants it to. In my opinion, this was such an anticlimactic ending for these two. I was like, oh, okay. And speaking of another anticlimactic ending, Melissa and Louie. We pick up where we left off last week, where Louie, his feelings are just fucking hurt. Okay? His feelings are hurt because Melissa went behind his back and went and got the ring of praise. And there's something illegal going on with the ring, with the band, because there's not an etching of what the band is made out of: gold, 14 karat, platinum, blah blah blah. So apparently it's non-industry standards, and not to have this etching, and possibly illegal. So Louis is just trying to explain to Melissa that it bothers him that she didn't trust him, or more importantly, that she let that bitch Fran and her sister get in her ear about the ring. Instead of standing up for him and just saying, no, my Louis worked hard. He saved the money for this ring. Her mind automatically jumped to the worst case scenario of him buying it from some sketchy guy wearing a trench coat out of the trunk of like some beat up car down the alley somewhere in the ghetto. Okay, that's where her mind automatically went to. But Louis, sold a lot of herbal supplements, worked his ass off to get that money. Okay. And Melissa Melissa's head automatically went to the worst space. She thought that he was, trying to cut corners to do something nice for her. And Louis just feels like that she will always look at him as a felon and nothing else. Just like when he goes for a job interview, everything goes great until they do the background check. So Louis is just hurt. He's hurt. His feelings are hurt, and he just wants Melissa to understand where he's coming from. Melissa's like, I do trust you. I do trust you. I am trusting you more. Louis like, more? Yeah, gee, thanks. So again, another anticlimactic ending. Melissa wants a destination wedding, and Louis is studying to become a real estate agent to pay for that wedding. Well, at least we know they're coming back. Okay, just saying. So now, another anticlimactic ending: Kimberly and Joey. Okay, first of all, Joey, you are not the father. So, for someone that was so insistent on taking this DNA test, he was just so like nonchalant when he received the results. Kim was like, "Sorry, Joey, there was like 0% chance that you're, Kason's father." And he was like, "Oh, okay, no big deal. He's always gonna be mine anyway." It's like, okay. So Kim is, afraid that he's holding back his feelings about the whole situation. And that's not good because, Kim wants him to deal with all of his emotions and feelings and everything. But, she's still hopeful about the whole situation. Okay. But Joey really needs to get his act together because she cannot have this with her boys thinking our dad loves us, but he's a real fuck up. So now their ending was just like, okay, it went from Joey, you're not the father, to Joey leaving this nice message for Kim, basically telling her that she's his world. The boys are his world. His sobriety is his number one priority. He is coming home to them, and he is done doing anything like the wrong way, cutting corners. I mean, his life is his sobriety, Kim, and the boys. And I'm like, okay. That was a nice message. And the next thing you know, Kim's divorce is final. Joey completed rehab and is moving back into the house. That was anticlimactic. So now moving on, we have Britney and Kerok, the storyline that pissed me the fuck off. Okay. Um, Britney's 30 days are ending in Texas. She's on day 29. She got to go back to Virginia. Okay. So now she's going to be staying with her bestie, Shayla. Kerok is not too crazy about this idea. Okay. So, because first of all, Shayla's like, you got to download all those tracking apps, including the one that tells you how fast he's driving his car. And then in the next breath, she's talking about going out to the club and shaking their asses. So Kerok is like, Shayla, if you are truly Britney's bestie, you would encourage her to do positive things like getting a job and not going out to the clubs and shaking that ass and not drinking alcohol and things like that, because it could potentially lead Britney down, a bad road. It's not that he doesn't trust Britney. He doesn't trust Bestie. Okay? Just saying. So he's like, you're gonna have all these tracking apps on me and all these rules, location 24/7, sleeping on FaceTime. And she's like, it's been a while, but you did cheat on me. And when you cheated on me, I started dating somebody else. But don't worry, that's not gonna happen this time. And I'm like, what? What? Yeah. Kirok cheated on Brittany in the very beginning of their relationship. He said like within the first 60 days. And yeah, he admits he fucked up big time. Okay. So Brittany's like, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. Long distance relationship fucking sucks, but we're gonna make it through. Okay, we're gonna make it through because I love you. So now it's time for Key Rock to drive her to the airport. Okay, it's like the last hour. So now, Mama Tammy is like, listen, if it doesn't work out with your PO and stuff, and they reject you again, we'll all move back to Virginia. And this is where I'm kind of looking at the TV because I've been looking at this storyline suspiciously all fucking season. And I looked at the TV and I said, nah, this is bullshit. I said, this is all bullshit. I said, they probably just went to Texas for a month if they are even in Texas. They could have visited Texas for a week where they were, doing the self filmed shots in front of the I Love Houston sign and stuff. Did you notice that? It was self filmed. Just saying. Okay. So even if they were in Texas during this time, now Mama Key Rock's talking about if you don't get approved, we'll all move back to Virginia. Remember how stressed out she was moving out of her house in Virginia? She was like, get those cameras out of my face. And now it's like, oh yeah, don't worry, honey. You're my daughter. I love you like you're my daughter. I'll just pick up and move back to Virginia. I'm like, what the hell? Because Key Rock is not even feeling this. Okay. Key Rock is like, I got something in my own name. I could start building my credit. I have a job. If this doesn't work out, if she, can't get the approval, we may just have to do the long distance thing because I'm kind of getting, my feet on the ground here and I don't want to just rip it back up and move back to Virginia. Mama Tammy's man says love is all about sacrifice. And Kiva's like, I know, but I feel like I've had sacrificed a lot. So now it's time for Brittany to go. Brittany doesn't want to go. She's like, oh, I don't want to go. This sucks. Who wants to be in a long distance relationship? Do you want to be in a long distance relationship, Kiva? No. Nobody wants to be in a long distance relationship. This shit sucks monkey balls. Brittany's getting all emotional in her confessional. She's like, I'm gonna ruin my makeup. It's just that I love him so much. We have so many good memories. In the past year, we've done so many things, and I don't want to go back to Virginia, and I don't want to mess up my makeup. So I'm gonna keep doing this so I don't mess up my makeup. And so she gets on the plane. She's like, pray for me. But guess what, guys? Guess what? Key Rock moved back to Virginia after Britney's transfer of parole was denied. What? Are you kidding me? So if Key Rock really did spend 15K, got an apartment, got a job, and just left all that behind to move back to Virginia because Brittany refuses to get a job to pay off her restitution so she could be off of parole. Excuse me? Do these producers think we're really that dumb? Okay. In my opinion, which I'm just putting it out there, they were never fucking moving to begin with. Okay, this is all bullshit. Key Rock would not break a lease on an apartment, quit a job, and just forget about the 15K and move back to Virginia. I'm just saying, okay? I mean, I know he loves Brittany and all, but hey. Now moving on to Teeny and Rob. Okay, this was a little drama. I gotta give it. So we pick up where we left off last week. Kate is real emotional. She's like pounding on the table in the backyard. I'm sure neighbors are like peeking through the blinds to see what the fuck is going on. So Teeny at this point, she's on her way home. She's like, I gotta make sure my kids are okay. I gotta make sure my house is still standing. Like Rob has done lost his mind, bringing his mother over while I'm not there. Uh, Even if I was there, no. Like, what is wrong with him? So Teeny's on her way, and she's not happy. Now, meanwhile, Robin, Kate have come to a compromise. Okay, Rob is really going to start trying to be present more in his mother's life and on that side. So Kate says it feels good to start building this foundation again. You know, we can hang out. Maybe he could slide me a couple of dollars. I mean, shit. Isn't that what he's there for? That's why I have five of them. And I'm just like, sigh. So, um, she leaves happy, and Rob apologizes to the kids once again for his mother cutting loose and causing a scene, and they're like, it's okay. So he's like, maybe I shouldn't have done this without telling Teeny, giving her a heads up. Well, Teeny pulls up and she's not fucking happy. She's like, what made you think that was a great idea to have your mom pull up without telling me that she was going to pull up? And she was like attacking me and talking shit about me. And Rob is like, well, I defended you on that, because Kate, is insisting that Teeny hit her first. Okay. And Rob is like, I defended you on that up and down, left and right, because I know, just like that you didn't hit her first, that mama put her hands on you first. Now, like Rob says, I don't know if it's selective seeing. No, it's called selective memory. Okay. But from what I seen is my mom hit my wife. So, all right, let's rewind the tape where we clearly see Teeny mushing Kate in the face, and that's when Kate went all out and whacked her one. Now, the producer asked Teeny, did you put your hands on Rob's mom first? And she said, no, I did not put my hands on Kate first. That is not in my character. Would never do that. Next question. Okay, so Rob apologizes for having his mother over without Teeny's knowledge, okay? And Teeny is just like, Rob is stuck on, it's my mom, it's my mom, it's my mom, it's my mom, it's my mom. When it's time for Kate to change her behavior, because that's no excuse. It's my mom, so therefore I, as your wife, have to take your mom's bullshit. No, your mom needs to change her behavior, and that's it. So Teeny's like, she can't even maintain a relationship with you. Let's do this step by step. Let her maintain a relationship with you, and then we'll have a discussion about doing family outing type things with her involved in them. Okay. And he's like, really? And she's like, we will have a discussion. No guarantee, but we will have a discussion. So Rob is like, because he believes that him and Teeny could do everything together. They could tackle the world together. And that's all he thinks about is their future together. Okay. So guess what? They haven't spoken to Kate since filming ended. Oh no, they haven't. Rob will talking about he wants to reestablish the relationship, with his mom and stuff. I guess that didn't work out. But guess what did work out? Rob got that tattoo, the one of his ex-girlfriend that kind of looks like Kate, from Kate plus eight. He got that covered up finally. Oh yes, he did. Teeny got her way. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Bianca and Daniel. Bianca just dropped her best friend off at the airport, and now she wants to go out on a date with Daniel because she feels like they're really not on the same page, and she just wants to talk, figure out what page they're on, and get on the same page. So they go to this friendship garden where Daniel's like, oh my goodness, it's so pretty here. Look at the fish in the pond. She's all like, they're just fish. Um, Bianca feels like she's wasting her youthful years on some dude that can't even make a commitment. Meanwhile, Daniel doesn't understand how an engagement ring has become the center of his relationship because Bianca is so youthful and she wants to get engaged immediately and married ASAP for some reason, which doesn't make any sense to me. Girl, enjoy your youthful years. So she's like, are you going to give me something to symbolize that we're going to get married, that we're in a committed relationship forever? So he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out the promise ring that he bought in the thrift store with his parents on his first day out. Okay, which no, he didn't buy it. His mother bought it. Let me rephrase that. Okay, so he pulls out the ring and he's like, "I want to give you this ring, but it's not an engagement ring. It's not an engagement ring. It's just a promise ring." And this is the look that was on her face when she realized that it was not an engagement ring. So, not only that, the ring doesn't even fit her finger, her ring finger. He put it on the ring finger of her right hand, mind you, because he's leaving the left hand open for the big rock that's going to be there one day. So, the promise ring on the right hand fits her middle finger, which I don't know, kind of fits it, ironically. So, anyway, so Bianca is disappointed. Disappointment is written all over her face. And she's like, yeah, it's fine, I guess. Yeah, okay, it's fine. He leans in for a kiss. She kind of like, he's like, you don't even want to kiss me. This is ridiculous. And she's like, no, no, it's fine. Thank you. I just don't feel like it's very authentic. And but it's okay. Thank you. So, in their little confessional thing, she was like, I just thought that a promise ring would be more like, I promise you that in 6 months, I'll be ready to be engaged and I'll have an engagement ring. And then the engagement ring symbolizes, I want to marry you and we're going to get married in X amount of time. Like she has the whole timeline figured out. So he's like, that's not what I think a promise ring is. I think a promise ring is, when you say this is a symbol of my commitment to you and my commitment on making myself a better man so you could have the husband that you deserve. So this is a ring that every time you look at it, you think about what I'm trying to do to become your husband. But it doesn't work anyway because little spoiler here, in case you guys didn't know, Bianca and Daniel are no longer together. So it's kind of like, so Daniel says that he is with someone who doesn't know what love is, who doesn't believe him when he says he loves her. And he could see that because she doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know what love is. He didn't love himself when he was 24. Bianca obviously doesn't love herself, and it hurts him because he really does love her. Meanwhile, Bianca, for someone that who just got a promise ring, she doesn't look very happy at all, huh, guys? She's like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna sit around and wait for the engagement ring. I'm not gonna break up with him. I'm already in this, so I guess I'll just sit around and wait. I'm like, girl. So their segment ended with them getting a new apartment in Arizona together, and she still wears her promise ring. But like I said, as you guys may or may not know, they are no longer together. So now finally, we close out this anticlimactic, disappointing season finale with Justine and Mike, which I hope this is the last time we ever see these fools on our screen again. But I know it's not. First of all, Mike is going to be on Crime Stories, which is a whole nother story for another video. So the greatest part of this whole episode, Sherry arrived. And Sherry, she has no filter, says exactly what's on her mind. Okay, and what does she think about this pregnancy is freaking asinine. Okay, and the fact that Mike promised her that he was going to get a vasectomy and then didn't. No, this whole situation is freaking asinine to her. So it's Maddie's first birthday. They're doing the cake for her. Happy birthday, Maddie. Mike is so grateful for his family every day that he wakes up. So now Sherry asked Justine, what is the plan if God forbid something goes wrong? And Justine is like, well, Kylie is just going to take over 50-50 with Mike. And Sherry looks at her like, are you fucking stupid? And she says, there is no way that I'm going to allow Kylie to quit college if that happens. And Justine is like, it doesn't matter what your wants are. She's my daughter. And if she's needed, she's not gonna say, Ma, I'm going to science before she make sure that her brothers and sister are taken care of. And Sherry is looking at her the whole time like, you are so lucky that you are so pregnant, or else I will be yanking you by those stupid braids. I would yank that stupid heart on the side of your head, braid by braid. What is wrong with you? But she just stands there staring at her. And then she finally says, don't worry, nothing's going to happen. So it makes no sense having this conversation anyway. Now, Justine says she has real connection issues with her mom. She should be able to lean into her mom for support during times like this, but She just has a real connection issue. And all I kept hearing in my head was the music for Teen Mom 2. Okay. I'm like, girl, you have Teen Mom syndrome. Stop it already. You have 5 children and you are still acting like a fucking teen mom. I mean, I don't blame Sherry for being so frustrated with her so much. Okay, Sherry may seem like a cold hearted bitch, but I kind of get where she's coming from, to be honest. Okay. So the producer's like, Justine, are you okay? And she's like, I'm fine. Or whatever. I hope we never see these two again. Did I mention that they took the whole family to the hospital? Oh, yes, they did. The whole tribe, including Maddie the baby, at the hospital 5:30 ish in the morning because they were late, of course. Okay. They thought it was important to have the whole tribe there just in case something did happen to Justine. So Maria and Sherry are sitting in the room. Maria, of course, is emotional, So Mike gives her a hug, and Sherry had a tear or two coming out of her eyes, but she won't admit it, okay? She was just taking out some eye boogers. Like, no, she wasn't crying. So Justine suddenly gets very, very emotional. And she's like, God forbid if anything happens to me. I love you so much. And Mike is like, what are you talking about? We've gotten this far. Nothing is going to happen. Wait, that's a lie. Something is going to happen. A little baby's going to come into this world and want both of his parents to be there. So everything's going to be fine. So Justine goes off. Mike is like, you got this, baby. And next thing you know, she has a baby. And look at the hair on this baby's head and check out the pillow that's in bed with Justine. I'm going to get into the pillow in a second, okay? When I get to my tea part of the video, we'll get into the pillow. So, guess what they decided to name this child? We couldn't name him Michael because there's already a Michael Jr. So, they decided to play off of his stage name, Mills. Million Banks. Yes, they named this child Million, as in million, but not really. Million Bank Persad. That's their last name. I mean, I call them the Montana Mills family. Um, Shelton, I don't know. I, I they make my head hurt. Okay, so we have Manhattan Barbie and Million Bank. So the rest of the kids go into the room and they're like, oh, he's so cute. Billion, open your eyes. Oh, he's so cute. I love him. And seeing all the kids. And yes, the blended family makes my heart warm. Okay. Especially Michael Jr. holding his little sister. He's like, half asleep, and his little sister is like drinking a bottle when they were all like in the waiting room. Just every time they like pan to the kids, he was like holding his little sister and stuff. All that stuff makes my heart warm. Don't get me wrong, okay? But thank goodness Justine got her tubes tied, taken out, done, burnt, gone. Okay, Mike saw it happen with his own eyes. Maddie met her brother. Maria is so proud of her son. That is her pride and joy. Okay. And guess what they're doing? Guess what they're doing? Not only does Maria still live with them, and with 6 out of the 9 kids, okay, the 2 little ones went back to their moms. Kylie's back in college, right? So we have 6 left. Mike and Justine, they're pursuing their rap career. Oh, yes, they are. No surprise here. So there we go. That is the end of the season finale for season 5 of Life After Lockup. And like I said, it was very anticlimactic and disappointing. Now just some brief tea I want to throw out there. Like I said, Daniel and Bianca are no longer together. Bianca had put up these to her story a couple of weeks ago and then deleted them. She found some messages in Daniel's social media that he has apparently been meeting up with and hooking up with other women. She is back in Florida and she says here, "Oh, girl, it's okay. I'm over it now. There's more to come. Can't say much, but it will be a lot worse than cheating, emotional abuse, etc. Of course, I never know how they will edit things. I have been sober for him and catering to his every need, so it's going to be very obvious I was never the problem. After a while, people's true colors come out. I'm just waiting it out." So, like I said, Bianca and Daniel no longer together. Um, Baby Million, his grandmother Maria, posted a picture of him. He's really a cute baby. And like I said, the pillow. You see the pillow in bed with Justine? That is actually a gift from a fan. And I didn't realize this, but she used it 2 seasons in a row. So Louie will be appearing on Crime Stories as well. Okay. And Teeny and Rob went live on TikTok where they talked about the whole situation with Kate and who put hands on who first. So let me share that with you guys because I know you want to hear what Teeny says about this whole situation.
Because it's not every day that you're face to face in a screaming battle with somebody's mom. So I drew a blank and I recalled it to the best of my recollection. My recollection. Is that right? Recollection. Anyways, I recalled it to the best of my recollection, and maybe I was wrong, and that's okay because we can't always be right. Although I like to be, but I'm not. So flaws and all, I am who I am. Apologies have been extended, and yeah, I love Kate, and I do the best I can.
It's just to. I mean, nobody knows the really the. Y'all only see like what happened, like what took place. Nobody had nobody actually like see what transpired. Like y'all see, let's put it like this: y'all see a episode, and y'all see the episode explode, and then y'all like, oh, who hit first? Who hit? And of course, I mean, I know that's to come, but nobody actually see like what was built up to all of it. Like y'all don't see like
You guys see our life in a glimpse. We live this shit every day. So it's
be
just
nice,
like
baby.
I am. All I say was shit. I'm pretty sure they say shit in their everyday life.
I know
But
she'll get crazy, so I have to tell
I'm
her
not crazy. What I'm
sometimes
saying
like
is like y'all see our life in a glimpse. Like they'll come and film, but they don't film every day, day to day. So while they're here, they try to catch as many scenarios as they can. But there's just so much that goes into recording reality TV. So
thank you so much,
I
sir.
don't know. That's all I can say without saying too much. Yeah. Boys, where you?
So there you go. That's what Teeny has to say about the whole who put hands on who first situation. She says she has apologized to Kate since. I just hope that everyone is able to get along, because that's all that matters. Family. Okay? So, anyway, speaking of family and family drama and everyone needing to get along, and in this case, it's for a child. Troy and Zaria. Recently, Yana went live and played a voicemail that Troy left for her. It was first published by the Instagram account All About the Tea. So, in this clip, it does not sound like Troy and Yana are getting along, that they have a peaceful co parenting relationship. So, let me just share this with you guys.
Left on my phone. I swear to God on my dead father.
I don't give a fuck who you tell, who you call, you goofy ass monkey bitch. Stop trying to fucking play me. Stop trying to fucking play games for the fucking internet. I will get you bitch. I will be in Buffalo in 48 hours. Put your best motherfucking shoes on. Tie that nasty ass fucking hair up. I'm about to get every fucking lashes out. That wig. I'm gonna get you bitch. Keep fucking playing with me. I told your mother too. Anyone who want to step in the street, I'm gonna get you gangster. Gangster. You keep playing with me, you monkey.
He was foaming at the mouth.
Monkey bitch.
Hold up, y'all. Wait till I get my lashes and stuff done this week. Let me see if I get another.
He said I'm gonna get
Every put them lashes out past that night. He said, tie that nasty ass hair up. Damn, you be mad when a bitch look good, huh?
foaming at the mouth.
You be tight, bitch be looking good. I'm about to look good again.
It is just all the most, you guys. I mean, this whole situation. And the only one that really suffers is baby Troy. Okay? When her mommy and daddy are not getting along and shit like this is going on, that's the only one that truly, truly suffers. And my heart goes out to her. Zaria and Troy still together doing their thing. And as a matter of fact, Zaria had put up on Facebook that she's doing a girls' night scene. So does anybody know of a cute bar or restaurant or whatever? Because she's filming in Syracuse. They're coming back for the next season of Life After Lockup. I called it now. So before I let you guys go, just want to let you know that sarcasm is my body's natural defense mechanism against dealing with stupidity. Trust me. Okay, the amount of stupidity sometimes that I find myself dealing with, sarcasm saves me. Thank you so much, guys, for watching me. I really, really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you don't already. I'm looking forward to the new season of Love During Lockup premiering next Friday. Um, Keep a watch out for my recaps. You never know who might pop up with me. And that's basically it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.